Howdy folks, for today's video I just wanted to do, this one should be a short quick video, but for those of you who didn't know, one of my friends, Mark Houskeeper, passed away, and I was able to attend his funeral last week, and then we also recorded after his funeral. The next day we met together, me and a couple of the podcasting buddies met together, and we recorded kind of a tribute episode to Mark Houskeeper. And for those of you who don't know who I'm talking about, Mark is the founder of magholder.com, and he designed these horizontal mag carriers that are totally awesome for concealed carry, where it holds the magazine in horizontally. Makes it really fast and easy to draw those out, and you know, and with having them be horizontal, it's great because, you know, they don't hang down and restrict the movement, and you know, if you're a heavier guy, it doesn't poke up and jab your gut, you know, or your back gut or whatever. So anyways, those were and are a really cool invention of his, and he was a really awesome, unique dude. And I did a video, let's see, I think this was a couple of years ago. I think maybe even like 3 years ago, 2 years ago. I'm here with Jason Christensen from Concealment Solutions. And Mark?
Magholder Mark.
Magholder Mark. The get in the van, I have candy Mark.
Yep.
Okay. Where I went with Jason from Concealment Solutions, and we went out, and I kind of did like, it's a little bit of a pseudo documentary of falconry. And Mark was he was really huge into falconry, and he's had falcons and hawks in the past, and he took the time to take Jason and I out to do some rabbit hunting with a hawk. And so I, of course, brought my phone and did some recorded footage of watching the hawk in action. And while we were doing that and walking around, Jason and I were constantly asking him questions about falconry and, you know, the relationship between a bird and the falcon, and, you know, I don't know what you call him, the one who sends the bird out. I would say the master, but if you've gone hunting with a falconer, it's more like a partnership where the person doesn't just control the bird, but you work together as a team. So the cane that you're holding doubles as a rabbit scaring device?
Yep, and about once every 5 years I actually kill my own rabbits.
Oh, really? And helps you hike.
Yeah, exactly.
And anyways, I did that video, and I rewatched it, and it was really made me happy to see Mark doing something he totally loved with friends and with one of his favorite birds, Ava the hawk.
Her name is Ava. Hey, little bird.
What kind of bird is this one?
She is a Harris hawk. They are native to the extreme southern United States, like southern Arizona is the northernmost part of their range, and then down through Mexico, Central America, and as far south as Peru.
And anyways, he, for those of you who don't know, Mark, I don't know how you get ALS, if you're born with that or you somehow get it, I don't know, but it's the same disease that Lou Gehrig had. It's sometimes referred to as Lou Gehrig's disease, but your mind stays sharp, but your body just starts losing functionality and kind of withering away. And so Mark was one of the regulars on the Concealed Taco Dudes podcast, one of the podcasts that I help, produce. And he was a good friend, and we were visiting him, before he died, a couple months before he died, and he he was laying in his bed, and he couldn't speak. He couldn't really move much. He could do a good fist bump, but in order to communicate, he had a little monitor above his bed that he would look at the letters and type letters and words, and then he could make it read that out to us through a speaker. And so communication was a little bit more difficult. He still, despite his physical condition, was really, he hadn't lost his witty nature and was joking with us and whatnot. But one of the things that he did while we were there is that he gave Jason a revolver, and then he gave me this firearm right here. It's a little Mark III 22 pistol, and he told me, he said, it's not like, how did he phrase it? He said, it's not super memorable, but he knows that I take a lot of youth and beginners shooting, and he said that this gun would be a great gun for taking the new shooters shooting. And so with that thought, I appreciated it, that he had thought about it, and that he actually, gave me a firearm as a, kind of a parting gift, so to speak. And one of the things that I thought would be cool to do is to laser engrave on this gun something that would remind me of Mark and his personality. And for those of you who don't listen to the podcast, Mark, a while back, he came up with this coupon code for magholder.com, and I think it's still valid. But the coupon code was "Get in the van, I have candy," like all one word. And it was, when he came up with that, we were all laughing and joking and having a good time. And so I thought that would be something funny and cool to engrave on this little 22 revolver that he gave me. And so I took this to Culper Precision and had them laser engrave on this side. I'll probably show a close-up, but on this side it says "Get in the van," and then on the other side it says "I have candy." And so the reason I did that is I felt like, with such a kind of a crazy phrase on there, it's very meaningful, because that was the coupon code that he came up with, and we joked about that so many times. But when I do take a new shooter shooting, or a group of youth out to teach them how to shoot, then this will probably be one of the first guns that, if they're wanting to shoot a handgun, then this will be one of the first handguns we let them shoot, because of the low recoil, 22 long rifle, cheap to shoot. And so as they're learning how to shoot, they'll notice in these big, like, it looks like graffiti letters, block letter, graffiti letters, that "Get in the van, I have candy." They're going to have a question like, what the heck? Why do you have something so creepy written on your gun? And then it will serve as a kind of a conversation starter, and I can say, hey, well, I got this gun from this guy, one of my friends, and he was a really witty guy and always had these pop culture references that just went right over my head, but belonged to someone special, and it was a special gift, coming from him. And so I could tell them about him. And so I just figured this would be a great thing to remember Mark by, and get the conversation started that will help me to pass on the memory of him and what an awesome guy he was. So anyways, before I get choked up, just wanted to say, hopefully I'll be able to take this out with the next youth shooting activity, and be able to share the stories of Mark. And so I guess I'll end this video now, but stay safe, have fun, and make sure you always treat others the way you'd want to be remembered by. And that's how Mark treated everybody that he knew. And so take care, stay safe, and catch you in the next video.
More